So here I am. I was looking at your history. I'm often fascinated by when you're in China and you're in this AAA hospital and you're there for 10 years, so you really know what you're doing. You know how effective Chinese medicine is. Did it come as a surprise to you when you realized that many hospitals in the rest of the world weren't doing the same thing? If it was, I don't know when you kind of realized, oh, it's different in Europe, it's different in America.
I guess when I started in Rotunda, that's where I realized, yes, systems here are quite different. So the 10 years in Rotunda, I think I learned a lot, and I realized that there's potential for people, especially come to manage a lot of chronic issues. For acute issues, I think Western medicine has its merits, such as, for example, cesarean sections has saved millions of women's lives and babies' lives. It's a fantastic procedure.
Now, we'll go through like how you came over from China in 2007 and your life changed. I guess, you met somebody, you have two lovely kids, you have your dog Sammy, you've been in Greystones for a long time.
Sammy's very new.
There you go. But that kind of sort of realization when you went out on your own, and there was a little bit of a detour, we became an accountant for a while, but that feeling that you were on the right path, that's happened early on because you got a huge amount of 5-star reviews, I think over 130. I don't know whether it was an early kind of realization after it's only 4 years now that you've been running.
Paul, thanks for asking that. I was actually very daunting. I started working before I was 19, and one of the top hospitals in China, pensionable, same as Rotunda, state-owned. Take that leap to open your own business was daunting, and especially I opened in January, COVID hit in March. We closed for 3 months. I guess I just had the belief because longer I work in that system. I remember I was in the recovery room, post-surgery recovery room. The amount of times we use pain relief, and even for a lot of chronic pain for women suffering like endometriosis, people have PCOS. And I realized that what potentially Chinese medicine can do if we have a better broad reach out. I think many people are just not aware of.
Well, I'm thinking that to become like an AC, is it ACCA? I don't know.
ACCA, Chartered Accountant.
And that is a very different career, So that obviously there was a part of you that thought, I just can't keep doing this because it may be heartbreaking to not be able to.
That was not an easy exam to do. I did a lot of exams.
But the change was huge. Like that's what I'm thinking, that you needed to get away maybe for a while just to clear your head, because I would imagine working in a hospital where you can't do what you believe to be the best thing for the patient will wear you down.
It does. 10 years clinical work, theater, which is highly, intensive, and 10 years in the Rotunda. Rotunda delivers 10,000 babies per year, roughly, I think.
Right.
So don't quote me that, but I think roughly that's the figure. It's a very busy hospital. So clinic work does wear you down. I guess that's where the initiative coming to pursue accountancy qualification. I thought, hey, sitting in office it's a good change from standing, operating theater table.
Start my own business, take all the kind of risks that it involves and all the kind of unknowns. Was that, I don't know if you talked about that in a long time with your husband, whether you just sort of decided very quickly?
Paul, if you ask my mom and dad, they definitely think I was crazy. They thought, you go to Europe and you got a decent job, everything's settled, you got a mortgage. Why take more risk? That's what be mom and dad. I think that's always me. I think something in me, I believe in it, and I'm passionate, and same in the clinic. I'm very kind of, I'm very aware when I talk to my clients. I'm not the average Chinese you think I am. I'm very talkative, and I know acupuncture will work. So I think there's a lot of acupuncturists who will like to resort talk, but I would like people to understand, not just it work because we are lucky, but because it work because there's theory behind it, and why it's working. And I show them ways to manage at home as well. If you stop doing sessions with me, you can still something coming up. For example, your knee pain flare up. Something you can massage at home. Some way you can soak your feet in certain very easy things you can achieve. Can invest very little money in and manage it at home. I think that is my nursing background. Is this compassion for, figure out a way, how do we solve a problem?
But that feeling of starting a business is always scary, but it's only 4 years and yet it does seem incredibly well established. I mentioned, 130 plus 5-star reviews, Did this become obvious to you early on that this was going to work, or was it always a struggle to figure this out as a business? Yeah.
I put my name on my clinic. It's called Duggan acupuncture. I didn't call random corporate name.
Sure.
Because I think I'm proud in that way. It's me. I'm the brand, and I want people to know I care. And I think that's important because in medicine, to be honest, there's nobody can guarantee you can treat everything. Offer service, try your best, and I think people do appreciate that. And I'm still continuously learning every night.
we do seem to live in a time, and I know like the 60s brought in a real kind of appreciation for world culture and trying different ways to live and different religions, but there seems to be a wave now, and certainly around this area of Ireland and probably the whole country and beyond, of looking for alternative, medicines that are old, that are kind of like traditions that have been survived for centuries, and people seem to be very open to finding ways to live now and ways to get healthy.
That's very true.
Compared to like 20 years ago, or
I think it's very understandable. I think that's human nature. That's one thing I want to emphasize is our medicine is so bespoke. What does that mean? Paul, you have back pain. Your twin brother has a back pain. You two people come together. Your approach of treatment might be totally different because you are Paul and he's him.
Yeah.
Even you are twins. Even with the same client, a person find, okay, this time our acupuncture needles go, and next week when he come back, we might do totally different. This time might be on the abdomen, next time might be on the back. Same as herbs. That's what I want to emphasize is that we actually, if you continue to take herbs for a few weeks in a row, you notice that you rarely take the same one every single week. I would normally like to review how you're getting on after a week before I give you more things. The one advantage of this small scale clinic is you see me every time and you have continuous care.
So I'm thinking now to wrap up this idea that, you kind of 4 years, Foxrock, incredibly successful. I'm guessing Delgany, because you live in Greystones.
I live in Greystones.
You would have recognised, well, a lot of people are travelling from Ashford, from Gorey and all that to get to you.
Yes.
It makes sense to be a little bit closer to them. And also, people here are posher, so it's nice to sort of, move up because, Foxrock, it's okay.
Posher than Foxrock?
Yeah, Foxrock is... But yeah, was that something that kind of came easily to you, that, okay, I'm going to open up another place. I'd like to be... available closer?
I guess, like I said, the nature of this service is I try not to duplicate or expanding too fast. Like I said, my name is still on it. I like the service of quality of the service has a certain standard. I want to hold it. So even though I do have the demand to expand, I guess, I don't want to. And I'm using here as a base when I'm off. I only work 4 days in Foxrock per week.
Yeah.
So I'm starting here on 1 day basis, and I see how they're getting on. If I can manage both 2 clinics and 2 kids and the dog, and a husband,
right,
I might go 2 days. But
you could keep them in a room here, maybe. Just there's a small room there. I'm sure they'd happily play away. Give them a ball and let them just spend a few hours.
That's how easy it is, Paul.
Magico.